So we live.
Live? Okay. Camera's good. Okay. Hey, Shalom. First off, we'd like to give all praise to Yahweh, Ba'Hashem, Yahushai, Ba'Hashem, Ba'Chadash. We'd like to give double honors to our apostles of GMS. We'd like to give double honors to our Connecticut brothers, our elders of GMS also. Greetings and salutations to the brothers in this country and all over the world who are prophesying in the true name, not what you ignorantly call God and Christ, but the true name of Yahweh, Ba'Hashem, Yahushai, which is the power of the nation of Israel, which are you so-called blacks, Latinos, and Native Americans. Okay? So yeah, with this show, as you can see with the title, it reads a conspiracy. Conspiracy. I always forget. Conspiracies. Control. Nah. Conspiracies.
Let me see.
Yeah. My memory is shot.
It says conspiracy dominates.
Yeah, Salak.
Your
Conspiracies
history.
dominate your history. Why not now? Salak, you about that? Yeah. So, conspiracy dominates your history. All right, but why not now? And what we mean by this is that what? Actually, this stems from a video we're watching, and from Apostle Gabar, which was entitled "The Capitalist Society" or something like that, I believe. The Capitalist Society. You saved it real quick, right? Can you get that title from me real quick, Baba Shah, if you can. This video was basically inspired by a video Apostle Gabar was talking about, and especially in the times that we in now, dealing with the RFID chip, talking about the fake Nadi, Big Brother, the Zionist, or the New World Order, the international bankers. Okay, this is what we're in. So basically, this title proves that what? That conspiracy dominates in history. Why not now? Because in that video, the brother's about to bring the title out.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, what
You got it. The capitalist. That one.
The capitalist. That one.
Yeah, there's a person's name before it too, like Eddie something. But that's How long is that? Okay, yeah. What's the title? It's called the Capitalist Conspiracy. Yeah. The video Apostle Gabar was talking about is called The Capitalist Conspiracy. Hold conspiracy on deck. Etymology. We'll start with that first.
Okay.
Yeah. So the Capitalist Conspiracy, right?
Yep.
Yeah. Okay. Come. So in that video, it pointed out, right? Like Apostle Gabar said, it was a great video. We just looked at a little bit of it. That all throughout your history, there's not one single page in your history that does not include a conspiracy, man. But what you people think about conspiracy is totally false from what the actual word is, and we have the definition here. But again, in all your past kingdoms, during I got written down during the reign of Caesar, all your Caesars in the Roman Empire, during the Greek Empire, during the Babylonian Empire, you can pick any empire, there was conspiracy in each one.
Yeah.
So why not in this current day? Because you people actually believe when in the good old America, the demographic or the Democrats or the demographic of America, right? You believe that they preach that the people are controlled. That if you make your vote, your vote, you elect your officials and the people control the government. That's what they preach to you. So when you go out there and vote for your ballot, or like Puffy dumbass dancing with his little silver suit and saying, vote or die, or you got or the Kardashians telling you vote or die and shit like that, but vote for what? You're already dead. But just to keep ranting on, basically your vote doesn't mean anything. All right? I remember this brother recently did a show, and it's merely a suggestion. You people are not in power. All right? You are controlled by it's called an esoteric society, or something that's hidden, or a shadow government. Okay, and this shadow government is none other than the international banking families, which starts with the Rothschilds, man. Okay? And which is basically called the New World Order, all right? And we're at that time now. They're about to finish their work, which is what? The RFID chip, the radio frequency identification chip, which is in scriptures as being what known as the mark of the beast. So anyway, without further ado, we'll get the definition.
It's on Etam Online. Conspiracy is a noun, a plotting of evil, unlawful design, a combination of persons for an evil purpose.
Read that again and then direct your voice to the camera too.
Okay. It says a conspiracy is a noun, a plotting of evil, unlawful.
Yeah, so a noun first, all right? So it's a person, place, a thing. Number one. Okay, because people think, see how they teach you in the world. You people think a conspiracy is like some kind of myth or some kind of spooky story. You know, like it's fake.
Mm-hmm.
You know, when people conspiracy, man, what do you know? No, but we're gonna break down what it means to the spirit. Go ahead, read it again.
It says a plotting of evil, unlawful design.
This is the first sentence.
Yeah.
Okay. Sorry.
A combination of persons for an evil purpose.
Okay, read it again. I'm sorry.
Con. It's a conspiracy, a noun. It says a plotting of evil, unlawful design.
Yeah, plotting of evil. So basically, it's a conspiracy is a plot, all right, or an idea or a plan, which is a plot, for an evil purpose. Keep going.
Unlawful design.
Unlawful design. So it's designed and put together. Get that script, but upon their beds. That's a good one. No, you
Job?
don't get it.
Job,
Yeah,
right?
You can hold that on deck. You know, because this describes an actual scripture, man. Okay. So again, that last sentence.
It says an unlawful design.
An unlawful design. So conspiracy consists of a plan or a plot to break laws, so to speak, or to do something evil.
A combination of persons for an evil purpose.
A combination of persons for an evil purpose.
Vision at night.
All right. So Lord willing, we'll go through the spirit. Like we're gonna use it in case in point, like the international bankers.
33.
All right.
Another one?
Right. And we can point out many conspiracies or conspired when they actually put things in the plan.
Okay,
For example,
yeah, get that.
the Federal Reserve Note or the FRNs. Okay. Your Federal Reserves are basically controlled by the international bankers. All right. It was put into place to overthrow your government. Because why? The scriptures will point out what the borrower is servant to the lender. So who's ever borrowing the money, you're a slave to the person who lent you the money.
Mm-hmm.
So all you countries, all these nations that are under the umbrella of the international bankers in one way or another. All right, and they have they're servants onto the lender. All right, and the international knows that, and it all started with the FRNs, man, the Federal Reserve Note. That green, we got that dollar we were looking at earlier.
Yeah.
All right, that green dollar, okay, right here. All right, and you people have seen this. There's many breakdowns of the dollar on the internet. Okay, what it means. You have an owl here in the corner. You know, I don't got to go through it. There's many information to break down the dollar, man. And there's spirits on this dollar. You got the all-seeing eye, the pyramid. Okay, right here. All right. Lord willing, we'll go through all that. But the point is that the FRNs was conspired to be put in place to take over your government, man, to take over your laws. Mm-hmm.
It says from Anglo-French conspiracy, Old French conspiracy, a plot from Latin conspirationem, agreement, a union.
An agreement and a union, yeah. So when the international bankers got together, starting with even like you can start with Amshar Barra, right? What's the guy's name who started the banks? Mar Al-Shal Barra, I believe. Okay, he conspired with his family a long time ago to put in a system for them to be the lenders of the world, basically.
Yeah.
And they started off as a small bank, and they figured out, look, if we start a bank and create a money supply that people need, we can eventually control people and control the world.
Yeah.
And it was a perfect plan, and they did. They were the only people that thought, hold up, they didn't care about being your leader or being a king or being a president or being a monarchy. They wanted control of money because they know that every nation needs money for whatever needs they need to put in policies they need to put forth.
And they realize that money is powerful, and with money you're able to control people, man.
Bribe
them, pay them off, hush money. They knew they can control people with money. They necessarily don't have to be the ones in the seat, because they can just control the person that's in the seat, in that power seat,
Yeah, and there's a quote out there. I always forget the person.
Myron
Oh, you got it?
That's the spirit. I was just.
You got okay. Go ahead, brother.
It's a variant. It says, "Let me issue and control a nation's money, and I care not who writes the laws attributed to Meyer Armstrong Rothschild, which is the same, same
Bauer,
person.
yeah, yep.
Mostly with the date 1790, the year before the establishment of the first bank of the United States.
See, the first bank in the United States, but all the banks is one. There's a group of people who are the international bankers, we like to call them, starting with the Rothschilds, that we're using many. There's one out of many examples. The Federal Reserve note, the dollar. This was conspired to be put into place to basically overthrow the world, man, and they did. Back to the definition.
Back to the definition, it reads on to say an agreement, a union, unanimous. I don't know how you say it.
It's alright. Nominative.
Unanimity.
Unanimity.
Yeah, unanimity, which means union.
Unanimity, noun of action from past participle, stem of conspirare, to agree, unite, plot, literally to breathe together. See, conspire.
Okay, come. Thought about it. Yeah, so literally to plot, agree, and it says cease, conspire, or to breathe together, make one breath. Basically, to agree. So the international bankers, they you would call them conspirators, basically, or they conspired to bring today's policies into play. And this has played out all throughout history. We have a few examples, like the video pointed out, was what? If you go into Julius Caesar, when he got stabbed up by, what was his name? The guy, Brunette?
What was his name?
Brutus. I have a Brunette, but I think you guys are right. Brutus. It was basically his right-hand man, who basically Brutus, with a bunch of his other part of his council,
Cohorts, other conspirators.
Salakiak. It was Brutus and his other conspirators, right? Who agreed, right? Who agreed with one breath, right? According to the definition, they agreed. They were in union. What else?
Plot.
They plotted.
Plan.
Is it not true that this is a fact? Is it not true that Julius Caesar was plotted against to be killed and overtaken?
The brother on the account, GMS, has 100% truth. He said the name is Marcus Brutus.
Thawadak, brother. Shalom, Mark. Marcus Brutus. Okay, Thawadak. Okay, so that's real life. That's in your history book. You go read it. All right. Another example I got.
Oh, and that's not a conspiracy theory. That's an actual conspiracy. Because a theory is what it's like a hypothetical. It's like a guess. It's like an educated guess.
Yeah, it's not.
That's why they try to label or deem the term conspiracy theory or conspiracy theorists as crazy people. Oh, you got conspiracy theories. You guys are crazy.
Yeah.
9/11. Come on, man. But really, it's an actual. It's not a theory. It's a conspiracy. It's an actual conspiracy, man.
Con. Good point. Because theory basically means not a fact. It's basically a guessing game. It's an idea.
Like Darwin's theory.
Right.
Yeah. I forget there's another term to it. I forget the term. An educated guess or something like that. Hypothetical, yeah. And done by equations and math to prove their point. It's just a theory. It gets close, but it's not. It's not a fact. All right. So yeah, good point the brother made through the spirit. And then you got another example we're down here. The Revolutionary War, like the video pointed out with
the brother hypothesis, educated guess. GMS had 100%.
And the hypothesis,
hypothesis. That's an educated guess. Like,
so what are, So it says you got here Benedict Arnold. With the Revolutionary War. Now I don't know exactly who went against him, but I just got the name. Okay. If anybody want to bring us stuff, don't have to, but if you want to. But Benedict Arnold, all right, according to the Revolutionary War, he was overthrown and was conspired against. Okay, this is in your history. Abraham Lincoln, everybody knows about Abraham Lincoln. Is it not true he got his head blown off watching a play in the movie or in the theater somewhere? Guess what? It wasn't no random dude just doing that. It was a strategic plan that they conspired to do.
Yeah.
All right.
And then he got away scot-free. And I was reading about it. It was like fucking, what's the word I'm looking for? It was like they could have caught him, but it was like too many. It was like, come on, they basically just let him go. They just basically just Oh, there you go. This buzz on fire. James Wilkes Booth.
Oh, okay.
That's the dude
Wow,
that,
who is brother?
that's the GMS had 100% truth.
Okay, so hey, all right, brother. Damn, he's part of the show.
You
Might
know?
get another seat over
Right,
there.
you know.
You know? Hey, throw it out through the spirit,
James
you know?
Wilkes Booth.
Hey, but that's right, brother. Because we're going to get into scriptures, but the point is, this is real life. So why not now? Why don't you dummies wake up to know that there is a group of people who control the world? A monopoly. They're a small family that controls today's events, wars, your news, everything, man. The brother brought up 9/11. That was conspired to happen.
Yeah.
Pearl Harbor was conspired to happen. The Gulf War was conspired. Everything, man.
Yeah.
So I got another group of terms that play part of a conspiracy, which assassinations have to be conspired.
Yeah,
They just don't happen.
Yeah, it's gotta be planned out.
Yeah.
You know.
So assassinations are a conspiracy. It's a plot, all right, to go against the law and take out somebody who represents the law. Okay, so anybody who gets assassinated, it was conspired for that to happen. Another one. Can somebody look up secret combine? See what that-
Well, Combine is
Okay.
like a merging, like a secret merging, or a secret people, or people uniting in secret.
See people uniting
Yeah.
secret. Okay, so for example, we can use the banks as an example.
Yeah.
Because remember we're looking at the video, they're talking about Chase Bank merging with this bank
Right.
and all that.
Yeah. Chase merged with Chase Manhattan.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Here it is, you thinking these
Rockefeller.
banks are merging together, but really behind doors they got a secret plot. It's for a bigger reason, man. So you can look at these banks merging as a secret combine, and you figure out that all these banks are controlled by a few people, man. Okay, you have let me see, what I have here.
I got an etymology real quick too on monopoly if you want to know it.
Okay, 1 second. I don't know what I wrote down here. I don't know what I wrote down. But anyway, okay. So what else can involve is a conspiracy, betrayal, and war. Okay, war. That's a big one. Aren't we about to go on World War III? All you guys eating up the news and looking at CNN, looking at Fox, and Trump said this, and Putin said this, and President of North Korea said this. Look, they're all orchestrated to say what they say. Now, some stuff they mean because they are, in some ways, trying to get an edge on the other person. But for the most part, this is all being orchestrated, and they do a good job of playing it off. Now, you can't really with the open eyes and see what is what. You can for some part, but for the most part, it's all being conspired for World War III to happen. But overall, the Most High is controlling all this. Anyway, you guys bring out what you got.
I'm gonna start with Psalms 10 and 8. Matter of fact,
Start up.
you want to start with what?
We can do that. Matter of fact,
Start with 2, right? Okay,
yeah.
kind.
Any secret scripts when you move in?
Yeah, this is Psalms. Yeah, you right. Yeah, Psalms 10.
Shit. Start at 1.
Yeah, I'm starting 1. It
Well,
reads.
actually, well, go ahead.
Okay.
Oh, you can start with Job 9:24 too.
Yeah, you want to start with that?
No, go ahead. Go with that.
Okay.
Get the secret point out first.
Okay, this is Psalms 10 and 1. Why standest thou afar off, O Yahweh, Ba'ashem Yahushai? Why hidest thou thyself in times of trouble? The wicked in his pride doth persecute the poor.
Yeah, bring your voice in
Yeah,
direct.
kind. The wicked in his pride doth persecute the poor.
Is that not true? Is that not true? I'm gonna say, is that not true? What's the proof? Again, over 50 to 60% of people on planet Earth live less than $1 a day. All right, and you might have to fact check that because it might be even worse now. So isn't that oppressing the poor? Read that part again.
Kind. It says,
This is reality, man. Now, if we saying the same thing, but everybody has $80,000 in the bank, or have money and they're not suffering, then we look like idiots. Then you can say, who are these guys, man?
right.
But what we're saying through the scriptures, through the spirit of Yahweh Shemai Shai, lines up with what was going on today. That proves there is oppression on planet Earth, man. Again,
Psalms 10 and 2. The wicked in his pride doth persecute the poor.
yeah, and the ultimate poor is the nation of Israel. Okay, because at the end of the day, starting with Esau and all the other nations pertaining to Psalms 83, the 83rd chapter, well, that's another, they all conspired together. Somebody get Psalms 83. All the other nations conspired together. No, you can hold that.
Yeah.
Yeah. All the other nations conspired together to bring the children of Israel down, man. So yeah, I just realized all these nations conspired together, man.
Yep.
And that's in the scriptures. Psalms 83, I believe, is verse 1. Get that real quick. We'll go back to that.
Mhm.
Because why? What's the proof? Going to the Atlantic slave trade. Who funded and built the boats for the so-called blacks or the Israelites to be put over here and do hardcore slavery in the islands, in South America, and ultimately America? Who funded that? It was a so-called Jews, man. Today's ruling class, all right? The international bankers.
Oh, the ones that made the ships.
The one that made the ships. They're still around. Those names are still around today. Actually, I got the names of
Those are nations conspiring, right?
Yeah, go ahead.
Like that, I always bring this out. It's this movie. It's called 1492, Conquest of Paradise,
Yeah.
with Christopher Columbus, and it shows you how Queen Elizabeth and King Ferdinand at that time, they conspired along with Christopher Columbus to put Northern in slavery, man.
Yeah.
Because they was trying to figure out. They was trying to they were asking Christopher Columbus how did he know, you know what I'm saying, that there was even people on this side, man. And what he quoted the book of Esdras, man.
Yeah.
Yep.
All right, so to go to show you, man,
Yeah.
it was conspiracies back then, man.
Yep.
Nothing just happens, just to, everything happens for a reason.
which proves the Bible's true, because you had to go to the Bible to see where these lost people went and fled and went to the other side of the world.
Wow.
It was the Bible that showed them, not nothing else. It shows you again. None should want her mate. Okay, there's no other Bible that can. There's no other book that can compare to the Bible. Even the devil Columbus had to go to it to find the people of Israel to put them into slavery, man.
Hence the reason why he had a Hebrew interpreter with him,
Gone.
right? He brought him with him because he knew the people over there that he was going to enslave, they originated back to the Hebrews. Going back to Second Esdras, what is it? The 13th chapter.
Yeah.
That left their land and came to the shores of America,
It's
man.
prophecy.
That's right. Go ahead. Who's reading?
Okay.
You got
Psalm
Psalms
83, right?
Yeah, Psalms 83.
You guys can get down to. I'm looking at something real quick.
Psalms 83:1. Keep not thou silence, O God, hold not thy peace, and be not still, O power. For lo, thy enemies make a tumult, and they that hate thee have lifted up the head.
Right, thy enemies. That's showing you that you so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans have enemies, man. And those enemies are all the other nations. Okay?
I'm sorry, brother. I forgot. I'm gonna get right back. I forgot to make a point, so I'm sorry. The Jews, they're ones who funded the boats, right? Then you have the obviously the Ishmaelites who
They made the boats.
who made the ships.
Mhm.
And then you have what the Hamites, who are not our brothers, who sold us and gave us up.
Mm-hmm.
Traded, yep.
Who traded us, man.
So that's a
That's a conspiracy.
Yep. It says thy enemies have made a tumult. That's our enemies making that tumult against us. It was Ham, it was Ishmael, okay, and it was Amalek. Right? Go ahead.
It says, they have taken crafty counsel against thy people,
Mhm.
and consulted against thy hidden one.
Crafty council, man. That crafty council is going into what? The Illuminati, man. Or the international bankers, or whatever the name they want to go by,
Yeah.
right? That's them taking that crafty counsel against, what does it say? Against thy people, okay? And have consulted against thy hidden ones. That's them going to Satan, okay, and getting answers of how to take us over,
Right? Hey, I could add all this,
Yeah.
crafty counsel, that would be what? A synonym for the word plot. That's a plan, When you sit down and have counsel, you know what I'm saying, you considering all aspects
yeah,
of
Joe.
how this
Oh,
is
exactly.
going to
Micah,
work,
Micah,
Yeah. Matter of fact,
Micah 2.
you was done, brother. There's more. There's more. You can keep going.
It says, verse 4, Psalms 83:4, they have said, come and let us cut them off from being a nation, that the name of Israel may be no more in remembrance.
And that's the number one goal of all the other nations. They wanna do away with the nation of Israel. Okay? They want to do away with the nation of Israel because they know if we're around, we still have that chance to be back on top. Okay? Right? Go ahead.
It says, they have, verse 5, for they have consulted together with one consent.
They have consulted together. They have consulted together with one consent. That's the definition of conspiracy.
That's right. One
Wow,
breath.
that's heavy.
Come on now. That's the definition of conspiracy. Read that again.
Yep.
For they have consulted together with
Mhm.
one consent.
Right. They have consulted together all the other nations, Amalek, Ishmael, okay, Ham, and all the other nations up to this day. They have consulted together with one consent. What's that one consent? To do away with the nation of Israel.
And you hear the prefix, con is conspiracy or consent,
Consent.
Mhm.
See?
which is con is with,
With.
and sent I guess would means with say. I don't know what if brother want to back it up with anything, but yeah, it means the same thing. Sorry, you guys got it.
That's right.
For they are confederate against thee,
Mm-hmm.
the tabernacles of Edom
Mm.
and the Ishmaelites.
You see, now it's going through all the other nations, right? Go ahead.
It says and of Moab and the Hagarenes,
Mm-hmm.
Gobal and Ammon and Amalek, the Philistines with the inhabitants of Tyre. Asher also is joined with them. They have opened the children of Lot, Salah.
Right. I got the definition of consent. It says, agree, give assent, yield when one has the right, power, or will to oppose. Okay, so they all came together in one agreement or one concord, right, to do away with the nation of Israel.
I got something for you real quick.
Yep.
I got the names of the ships and the people who funded them.
Oh, yeah.
Yes, I'll just name a few. This is the names of the ships, right? Which was around the time. Well, first ships I got here, but it really started in 1420. But the first ones in the big way, I says the first slave ships to America were in 1619, called Desire. It was displacement and torture. They displaced the children of Israel out their land, and they tortured them and enslaved them and murdered them. It's also called the Middle Passage. Europe stopped in Africa, Afrikaners, and used for slave trade. Okay, after in 1641, Massachusetts, I can't understand my writing. Massachusetts legalizes slavery via passage. All right. Okay, the first legal code established by European colonists. Okay, so they sold what? Cotton, sugar, and tobacco in exchange for rum, textiles. Textiles is like cloth and cloth for clothes, or what for building, whatever you want to call it. Textiles, military weapons. Okay, fabrics, pottery, jewelry, crops. Okay, this is all part of the slave trade. So anyway, the ship I got here it's called the Nassau. That was funded by Mose Levi. Now tell me, that don't sound like a Jewish name.
Levy.
Levy, yeah, actually Levy, yes, like right. Mose Levy. He also funded another ship called the Four Sisters. That was Mose Levy. There's another one called Anne and the Eliza. That was funded by Justice Bosch and John Abrams. Just read a few. Another one ship called Prudent Betty. That was funded by Henry Kruger and Jacob Phoenix. Another one called Hester Murderside. David Gomez. Sound like a Spaniard or something. Elizabeth. Another ship called Elizabeth. If I can't understand, David Gomel or Gamel. That sounds like,
David Gamel, yeah.
David Gamel. Okay. Another one Moses Levi did, or Moses Sam Levi, he funded a boat called the Franks. Moses Levi funded a lot of stuff.
Yep. Moses Levi.
Someone called the Expedition, funded by John and Jacob Roosevelt. Okay. So just reading you a few names, okay, prove to you that look, this was the ships were funded, they were built, okay, and were conspired that way to put these people, to the nation of Israel, into slavery. All right, and guess what? These people still exist today. I remember one of the brothers who's not part of the camp anymore, but he was part of that union, or brothers are working that union, or that union that, there was construction. And he brought out that one of the insurance companies that they have, that they offer the union, goes back to the insurance companies that was insuring one of the slave ships, I believe. Either the slave ships, or it had to be the slave ships, not the slaves. It's the same company. So they're still around today.
Yeah.
And basically at the end of the day, we're pushing. They're pushing this new world order, and the end game is the RFID chip, the mark of the beast. Anyway.
Yep. They still got that slave money.
Yeah.
A lot of these companies today, they still have their wealth, or they obtain their wealth through slavery, man. All right. So where we at?
You had
I'm done with that one, brother.
Yeah, I was done.
Yeah,
Somebody had Micah and songs.
Let me
See, read Micah first, and then go back to
okay,
songs.
come on. This is Micah 2:1.
Mhm.
Woe to them that devise iniquity and work evil upon their beds.
Right, and that's you damn elites, man. Why? Because you're evil. The wickedness that you're conjuring up every time you go to bed, which you're given that thought by the Most High ultimately, right? You're Satan's working with you, putting these evil thoughts in your head. Ooh, let me create the microchip. All these evil, wicked thoughts, right? The Most High is working. The Satan is working with you to do that, which ultimately is the Most High, right? Go ahead, continue.
It says, when the morning is light,
Mm-hmm.
they practice it,
Mm-hmm.
because it is in the power of their hand.
Right, because they've been given the power to do so, man.
Yeah.
The earth was given into the hand of the wicked. That's Job 9:24.
Yeah, we'll get that too.
Okay, in Genesis it tells you that the Esau's blessing is going to be the sword and the dew of heaven, meaning they're going to have total control over everything, and that's evident right now. We're going through Esau's blessing, man. Okay.
It says, and they covet fields and take them by violence.
Come on, man. They coveted fields and take it by violence. That's what Esau does. John 10:10, the thief covered not, but to steal, kill, and destroy.
Man, who is that, man? You got to be a brain dead dummy, not, you know what I mean? But I'm sorry, that's what proves the Most High exists. We always say this. This is what proves Yahweh by Hashem Yahushai, they are real, man. Because this is plain. And you people who don't get it, you're completely blinded. This is not hard to understand, all right? Matter of fact, I'll get one script, I'll get right back to you. This is not hard to understand, This is Proverbs, one of my favorite scriptures, man, about how the men of the Lord take in this knowledge, all right? Or man of the Lord. This is how he feels about this truth, or what we're saying here, is this. Proverbs chapter 8, verse 9. They are all plain to him that understandeth, and right to them that find knowledge. Okay? They read that really slow, man. Okay? It says they are all plain to him that understand it. So look, a man of the Lord, when we bring out these truths of the prophecies, the mark of the beast, the race wars, the chariots, the Lord's going to come back and save the elect. The two-thirds are wicked. You women are secondary. I mean, everything that comes with this truth. All right? The seed is from the man. Man determines who you are. The Israelite foreigners, the Cornelius issue. This is all plain to a man of the Lord. We're not sweating to understand this, man. If you sweating and struggling, damn, I just don't.
I don't
see
get it. Countless breakdowns.
Yeah, and you can be sincere too.
Yeah.
So, I mean, some people are sincere and still don't get it. Well, look, Lord ain't working with you, man. Because the scriptures say here plainly, they're all plain to him that understandeth, and right to them that find knowledge. So not only do they understand, it's right to them.
Yeah.
It makes sense, and it's right to them that find knowledge. And knowledge means to know.
The issue about rape, that was a big thing.
Man.
I don't see it. No, it doesn't mean that. No. Right? But it's very simple, man. I was with, the apostles doing a show, or whatever, and he was saying that, man, if there's anybody that doesn't get it after countless breakdowns, you know what? He's gonna be like, you know what? Just take a walk, man. Because it's obvious that the Lord's not dealing with you. The Lord can't open your eyes to see that. It's nothing. It's nothing we can do. It's nothing He can do. Okay. It's obvious that the Most High does not want that revealed to you. So you know what? Go ahead, take a walk. That's simple. Especially nowadays, man. We're too close to the end game to sit down and break things down to you. If you can't get it. Countless times.
And it really just takes looking up these words too. Just look at the definition of rape. It means to take by force, dumb.
Yep.
I did a show on it. The Lord's gonna. Don't you know the Lord's gonna enact that word?
Mhm.
Which rape? He's gonna rape the elect.
That's
How is he gonna rape the elect? He's gonna grab them, but he's gonna take them by force.
Twinkling of an eye.
Yeah, getting beamed up. That's a rape, dumb.
Mhm.
That's getting beamed up. That's real fast. That's being seized. That's being taken.
Yep.
Okay.
The whole
Anyway.
thing with the whole thing with the mark of the beast, which is the latest thing now.
Yeah.
And it seems like when that came out, it seems like there's more and more things even to prove what the mark of the beast truly is, man.
Yeah.
You know. Anyway, so that was it in Micah, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
You want me to go back to Psalms, right?
Psalms, yeah.
Okay, so this is Psalms 10:2. The wicked in his pride doth persecute the poor.
Mhm.
Let them be taken in the devices that they have imagined.
Right. Like you're going into that wicked persecuting the poor. That's a form of a conspiracy as well, man. You know why? Because the wicked are gathering together.
Yeah.
For one purpose, to what? To persecute the poor.
Even right now, even in today's your precious American government, don't you know there's a plan literally to take out the middle class, and they've done it.
Yeah.
So there was a plan to keep you people poor.
Mhm.
Don't you know let's not even include international bankers, which the big corporations, who's that dude? Is it John McCain? And who's that funny dude who ran against McCain? Who's fucking funny? He's
McCain?
like corporations are people or something like that.
Oh, and then he what's his name?
Yeah,
A lot of people that like them too.
Bernie,
Bernie, yeah,
Bernie Sanders.
Bernstein.
Nah.
No, it's not McCain.
Nah. He used to be the head of the Republican Party.
All you gotta
Speaker.
do is go type in McCain and who he went against. Probably pulled up already.
Nah, he said John Kerry. It's not John.
No, not John Kerry. Yeah, but we'll
Not
get
John
it.
Kerry.
But basically, all those people, you know what I mean? All those elected officials, all your precious senators, okay, or not even them, the people who own big businesses like Exxon and Texaco and any big company, the corporations, pharmaceutical companies, they all conspire to keep you people poor, man.
Mhm.
Excuse me, actually, especially the politicians, I'm sorry, because it's the big corporations that lobby and support and bribe the people in office.
Right. Yeah.
And eventually, the people in office are put there by the international bankers. So
Exactly.
they're conspiring to
Yeah.
keep you people poor, to
Yeah.
keep you in the dark.
to keep the wealth.
Yeah,
You know,
to
and
keep
to
the
keep
wealth
the
with the
wealth
wealthy.
with them. To keep the wealth with the politicians.
That's where you get into the tax breaks and
Yeah.
the tax cuts. Why do you think the people who make 6 or 8 zeros in their check, they don't pay less than 50% tax?
Mhm.
Does that make sense that they pay less than 50% tax, their annual income, but then for a person who makes $40,000, $50,000 a year, who's damn near a lower middle class or just dirt poor, right? They pay up to 35% in their tax or even more.
Yeah. Yep.
You know, us working regular jobs, if you're making 40,000, 50,000 a year, 60,000 a year. I mean, to survive in this society, you gotta make in the 40s, man. To have a car, a 1-2 bedroom apartment, to pay your insurance, especially in the tri-state area in Jersey and New York. You gotta be making like 50, man. Jersey, you gotta make at least no lower than 40
And
to
that's
survive.
just a single man.
Yeah, just one man. Yeah, cunt. You know? Yeah, that's
Oh,
one
it's
man.
Mitt Romney. This brother's on
Yeah,
fire.
I was gonna say-
It
I
was
was
Mitt Romney.
I was gonna
Good
say
job,
Mitt
brother.
Romney
Yeah,
too,
Mitt
I was gonna
Romney.
say.
Yeah,
'Cause
yeah.
he was like a crazy Jesus freak also.
Yeah.
Mitt Romney. That's
Yeah,
who it
that was
was.
too soon.
Yeah. The water. Mitt
Mitt
Romney.
Romney, yeah. Okay, but yeah, so my point was those guys, they all conspire, man, to keep you dummies down. And it's also in the Roman Empire. That also proves it's in the Roman Empire, because what did they do? It's a term called Brennan Games. You think
Brennan Circus.
Brennan
Oh, I'm
Circus.
sorry,
Brennan
Brennan Circus. You think Brennan Circus was just something they did for the people? You dumb-dumbs? No, they give you bread, food, and games to distract you idiots, man,
Yeah,
and
right now,
keep you
football.
dummies poor.
Yep.
Just like today, like LeBron James. You think LeBron James chose to go to Lakers? He was probably told to go there by the witches and warlocks that he worships. You know, he's under some cabal, not cabal, the cabal. He's under some cabal tutors that govern him and tell him what to do. In all your stupid sports. That's the Brennan Games. So in all, you're distracted by your Brennan Games. You're distracted by your false news, your disinformation by CNN and Fox, which are satanic companies, and they're owned by the bankers anyway. Okay, you're just being lied to in all directions, man. From the sports you look at, to the news you look at, to the magazines that you read, to the schools that you go to. The international bankers control what goes in your history books, man. It's called manifest destiny. That's how they were able to push. Might as well let me get Job 9:24 real quick, and we'll go right back to you. That's why this whole image of Caesar Borgia was put into play. They manifested that image of today. They conspired, right, by what, Leonardo da Vinci and Michelangelo, who painted the chapel. Is it the 16th chapel or something like that?
Yeah, 16.
Right? They conspired to do whitewashing. Anyway, you got it?
Job 9:24, the earth is given into the hand of the wicked.
Yeah, I mean, look, man. Are these international bankers righteous people? Hell no, man. Righteous people take care of their people, or they look after other people. You know,
Oh, that's 12 and 10.
people. Well,
Get that too now.
might as well get it. I'm not even gonna stop talking. Let that scripture talk. It says right on point, and hold that.
Right. This is Proverbs 29:2. It says, I'm sorry, I'm in Isaiah. It's like
27:1.
All right. This is Proverbs.
I believe it's that.
I'll get that next. This
Or
is
29:1.
Proverbs 29:2. It says,
Okay.
when the righteous are in authority, the people rejoice.
Yeah, that's the right one. Slide.
I'll read it again.
Mm-hmm.
When the righteous are in authority, the people rejoice.
It's a simple scripture, man. When the righteous are on authority, the people rejoice. I don't need to break it down. If you're a righteous man, if you're a righteous being in the spirit of Yahweh Shemashah, or a righteous person, right? The people that you rule over, right? They will be rejoicing, man. They can be taken care of. What's an example of that? Well, King Solomon. All right, if you go into King Solomon, that was basically a prelude to the kingdom of heaven, man. There was 40 years of peace. King Solomon he was the king of all kings. All other kings from other nations, right, who were decked out themselves, came to pay honor and homage to King Solomon, man. Because his scriptures talk about King Solomon doing that what his legend across the land, right? There was no Twitter back then. There was no Facebook and all that crap, right? But he was a legend all around the known world.
Yeah.
He had fame all around the known world, and it was pointed out to what? Or was it Sheba or Bathsheba? Bathsheba.
Bathsheba, yeah.
That when she went to go see him, he was greater than the myth, or he was greater than his actual legend.
She thought the doorman was him. You know? She thought the doorman was King Solomon, showing you he had to be decked out and looking clean,
man.
you know?
Shows you how glorious that kingdom was. But the point is that what? That was a righteous king, King Solomon, who and the people were rejoicing. There was not one poor man. All Israel was eating. All Israel had homes. All Israel was providing for their family. There was no wickedness going on in a big way. It was a peaceful time. Mm-hmm.
Right. It says, I'll read again. When the righteous are in authority, the people rejoice. But when the wicked beareth rule, the people mourn.
Yeah, but when the wicked beareth rule, the people mourn. So that's how you know. Obviously, the righteous are not ruling, man. You have wars upon wars. You have 500 million orphans in Iraq. You got again in the whole world, all right, whole world population. People live under $1 a day. Are people rejoicing when you have $1 a day? All right. You got all this sedition amongst men in America. You got groups like Antifa, right? Who are against it's called anti-fascist. They're against big government controlling. You have groups like the Patriot Prayers. You have groups like so-called Black Lives Matter. They're not happy, man. You have protests all over the world. You got the Yellow Jackets over there in France complaining about gas prices. You have people dying by drones. We can go on, man, but the people are not rejoicing, man. There's a wicked ruler in play, and they're none other than the international bankers that oppress the poor, man. And the Bible talks about that. So you people are fucking idiots out there, man. We only had to wake up the elect. And you're gonna see a stupid comment on here, you know. You know. And guess what? Those people control the world. Are you damn dirty Edomites, man? You so-called white people that will be going into slavery, like the Bible talks about. You understand? Like the biblical prophecy, man. All right, let's not forget about that. You dirty, damn, detestable Edomites, man.
Time.
Talk about you so-called white people, man. You're not white. You're red. You're damn dirty demons who are going to go into slavery, man. Start with your Rothschilds, all right? Rothschilds basically means red shield anyway, or red child, really red child. Okay, so
Right.
Quick precept.
That's
okay,
right.
and then you go back to that one.
Okay.
Job 9.
Yeah, this is Proverbs 28:8. He that by usury and unjust gain increaseth his substance, he shall gather it for him that will pity the poor.
Come on, read that again.
This is Proverbs
The
28:8.
precept.
He that by usury, and when I went to the Blood of the Bible, usury means interest.
That's right, interest.
Yeah,
Huh?
yeah.
And unjust gain.
You see, so reading, I'm
Interest
sorry.
is wickedness. Yeah.
Mhm. This is Proverbs 28:8. He that by usury
Usury, which his brother just brought as interest,
and unjust gain.
What's the proof of interest? Well, look at your national debt.
Oh God.
How do you think that came up? Don't you know there's a debt and then you have the interest debt?
Right.
It's like two parts. The interest is bigger than the actual debt itself. You know? I mean, what is it now? 21
trillion.
21 trillion?
Probably 22 trillion right
And then I remember Apostle Tall broke it down. Well, that's just, I forget the ins and outs of how to break it down really, but there's certain terms, but really that's not really the real debt.
It's like 100 trillion or something.
Yeah, it's like a 80 trillion really.
Yeah,
dollars.
like-
Yeah,
yeah.
Yo, the world
Oh, the
debt went up to 184 trillion.
God.
$86,000 per person.
Yeah, I saw that.
For the whole world.
Brother did a video
Yeah.
this week. Yeah, so he was making a point like you're born into when a baby's born. Guess what? That baby's in debt.
Already.
He's $86,000 in debt
Oh God.
already. Just taking his first breath. Okay. So how isn't that baby? Wouldn't that be mourning? Because when you owe somebody, you're mourning. You have to pay. You got to work to pay the person back. You know.
Dead sleeves.
You're a slave. So when you have $10, okay, I work. Here's your $10. Thank you, brother. Okay, you give me 100. Here you go. When you owe $86,000, man. When you owe, just that breathing your first your air, and then you live your life, and you go to college and you create all this other debt. You're working to pay somebody off, which is impossible to pay, especially with the interest and the usury that these people put upon these people, man. So you're a continuous slave.
Shit, I got the numbers here.
Uh-huh.
So, Salaki, the national debt is 21 trillion, but the U.S. total debt is 71 trillion. Is
71.
that trillion? That's trillion, right?
Yeah,
Yeah,
bro.
71 trillion.
Trillion.
71 trillion. Come,
Yeah.
yeah. See?
Total debt per person, the total trillion is 218,000.
Wow. So look, all of us in here, we're under
Ouch.
a minimum with good credit. With the best credit, I'm talking about what, 792, 800 credit?
850s.
If you have an 850 credit out there, you are what?
Excuse me.
It's for good credit guys now.
$218,000.
So if
no,
you have-
I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Yeah, $218,000.
So if you have if you're $218,000 in credit, guess what? You have good credit. You're still in debt. Even if you wipe off all your debt, you're still technically in debt, according to the national debt. Dumb. And guess what? It was conspired for you to be that way. This is what this video is about. It wasn't done by accident. Because how the hell are you gonna be? How you gonna create that much debt for yourself?
Look at that.
You know. Anyway,
Insane.
That's why
Look
they-
at this.
Going to the Judges 5 and 11, man. How this place is a place of drawing waters, man. This is our slavery.
con. Okay. So you done with that one?
I got, real quick, it says, he that by usury and unjust gain increases his substance, he shall gather it
By
for-
just
yeah.
gain increases his substance, right? And I got something on that too. Increases his substance. So all these people, like we're going to the FRNs, this is owned by private people, man.
Mhm.
They take their money and they just enjoy themselves. And they just want complete power. They own people. They own. They have puppet leaders. They set up your presidents. They set up your leaders. They own governments. They don't care who controls the laws. They just own. They own the people. That money is going to them. It's not going to your roads. It's not going to your schools, your school books. Stupid. These are the dummies who believe in the society, man. You believe your taxes are going to the bridge that just got built last week on your road, man? Nah. You believe your taxes going to that pothole down the street? Nah, man. It's going straight in the pockets of the elites at the end of the day.
I got something real quick. Oh, you grab that?
Mhm.
It's Sirach 21:8. It says, "He that buildeth his house with other men's money."
I was just looking. I was about.
Oh, this brother. Oh, this brother had that too.
Yeah, I was like that. But yeah, you got it.
Yeah, see?
The spirit. That's the spirit.
Yeah, 3, yep.
Yeah.
He that buildeth his house with other men's money
That's right.
is like one that gathereth for himself stones for the tomb of his burial.
Yeah, go into that, bro.
Yeah, man, because the Most High is going to judge you on that, man.
Mm-hmm.
You know, you got this man's blood. You know what I'm saying?
Start with the children of Israel.
Yeah, start with the children of Israel. You know, you got this man's blood upon you, man. You read it again.
Yeah, we created this world, man. We created the whole world, not from America, but the whole world, man. Because remember, the slave Atlantic trade, that was all done off our blood and our back. Put money in Spain's pocket. Put money in the international banker's pocket. Putting food in textiles. All this money all over the world was off the backs and the sweat of the Israelites, man.
Yeah, for free.
For free.
Free
You know?
workers, free employees.
When you go into the last book of the because what really you're doing by doing this is by what you're putting another man in slavery, man.
Ooh.
And what's the book? Revelations 13 said, "He that leadeth into
Captivity
captivity
shall
shall
go
go
into
into captivity."
That's Esau, man.
You know. Now, hey, we're gonna do that, but it's just because it was done to us, man. You know.
Retribution.
These are the charges that the Most High put in His word, man. You got people that scoff at us. Nah, man, we just gonna tell you the charges, man. But the Most High, He gonna judge you. For
I
it.
got something for you real quick.
That's right.
I got something for you, brother. Exodus chapter 21, verse 16. And he that stealeth a man and selleth him, or if he be found in his hand, he shall surely be put to death.
Because you wanna, chip the people. That's another charge against you, man. You shall surely be put to death. You know, if you found in His hand, man. And that's you put, you allowing this devil to chip you. You know, just like in the scripture, I know the apostle Uncle Barrows goes into it. And the all.
Yeah.
When you when you put that in your ear, that basically means that you're a slave for life, man.
For life, yes.
And then you had in ancient societies to where it would be like Marco Polo or whatever. You know what I'm saying? When Marco, his father, stole, and basically he got branded, man. You know what I'm saying? And that's different societies, man. You would get branded, you know what I'm saying, to symbolize that you were that person's slave.
Oh, they do that with cattle.
With cattle,
They do that with cattle, with livestock. They shave the whatever, the butt off, whatever, to get that skin, and then they put what do you call it?
Branding knife.
A branding iron in heat, and they take it off and they stamp it on the cattle. It might have a number like 84 or whatever, and now anybody that sees it, they know that it belongs to somebody.
Right.
You know?
And they doing that to us now, man, with the Social Security number.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
right.
Then
That's
it's
right.
gonna get physical.
That proves that we're cattle.
Right.
We're that livestock.
Who said that? Colin Powell said that by accident. He said that in a Senate meeting or whatever. He was like, "Yeah, well, we use the Social Security number, basically as to know, like he said, basically like they're our slaves. Anybody that has a Social Security number, you're a slave, pretty much."
Hey, but they do that now, man. What people chip their pets, man.
Yeah.
And then now they looking at they chipping you, you know.
And word of the day, this was all conspired to be done. It wasn't by accident. Okay.
Oh, that was it.
That was it on there. Okay. And then you were reading something.
That song.
Yeah, go back
You
to
were done?
yeah, I'm done with that.
Okay.
Psalms 10.
No, I'm going back to
Okay.
Psalms 10. All right.
Oh well, he was reading it, so we'll go right back to that.
Okay,
Or
come.
Job,
Yeah,
yeah.
Come.
This is Job 9:24.
Just you bring it out and then you rewind back. You know what I mean?
The earth is given into the hand of the wicked. He covereth the faces of the judges thereof.
International bankers, he covers the faces of the judges thereof. Everybody knows this by something called whitewashing or iconoclasm. Icon means icon, and clasm means to destroy. So destroying icons. That's why we got those certain statues in our world, in the Dark Ages, okay, with their noses chipped off. How the hell everything's gonna be perfectly intact, okay, and their noses chipped off?
Yeah.
Actually, you just did a show. I forget what it was talking, but you had an image of a
Oh, it was a Greek. Yeah, it was
Greek. It was actually that was a Jake.
yeah.
and his nose is chipped off.
Right.
Right.
It was a Judite in antiquity in
Okay.
Greek times.
Con.
Yeah.
And that was a thumbnail the
Right.
brother used for the video.
Yeah.
What was the video called?
Hellenized Jews. or
Okay,
something
yeah,
like that.
Con. Helen, yeah, okay, Con. Helen,
Yeah.
yeah, the brother did a video on GMS Precepts called Hellenized Jews. Okay, so if you look at that, those were Israelites. But in today's cartoons and your movies, you know, the Vikings and the Greeks are all blue-eyed blonde-haired people.
Yeah.
But hell no, we were the Vikings.
Yeah.
We were the William Wallace of Scotland. We were the people of the Dark Ages. We were the people. Well, we were not the Greeks, but we were in the Greek society. You know.
Yeah.
So by iconoclasm, it was destroyed. Okay.
Even the original Greeks were dark skinned, man.
Yeah.
They tell you that. I remember Apostle Arama. It was a while back. He did a lesson on the original Japhites and how
Yeah.
they were, you know, the Etruscans.
Yeah.
How the men were dark.
Right.
Well,
but
really,
women-
the original Romans, they would say, yeah.
Or the original
Ro-
Romans.
Romulus and Romulus or something like that. They were
Right.
Japhites, I believe.
And the men were dark skinned, but the women,
You see?
the woman was dark skinned too, but they was you know, portrayed as white to defer the genders, you know. But just going to show you how you know, Esau covers he changes the judges thereof, man.
Yep.
Changes the people.
That's right.
It says the earth is given into the hand of the wicked. He covers the faces of the judges thereof.
How was it given? By the international bankers, man. The Rothschilds, the Rockefellers, the DuPonts, whatever other name I can't really remember. The Morgan family, J.P. Morgan. Okay, these are all the elite banking families, man, conspired together once again to control this present day world, to control your. They choose your elected officials. They choose your presidents. They run policies, you know. All right.
It says, the earth is given into the hand of the wicked. He covers the faces of the judges thereof. If not, where and who is he?
Yeah. So who else did this? Who else committed iconoclasm? Who else did whitewashing? Who else changed the face of the Most High and the Lord and convinced the whole world their name is God? A Greek term, which is just a title. It's not a name. And it convinced the world his son is Jesus, which is comes from a guy called Serapis Christus, which is one of the I believe one of the Alexander the Great's generals, I believe. Correct me if I'm wrong.
Serapis was,
Serapis Christus or Christus. Apostle
Oh,
Gabar was
under,
going to
Ptolemy?
under Ptolemy, yeah. On the Ptolemy Empire or something,
God, yeah.
you know. And also,
Serapis was a Greek god that they made up, that they got from Egypt. It's two gods put together.
but it was an actual person down there.
Serapis.
Yeah, it was an actual person that. You're right, but it was actually a person that Apostle always Gabar was going
Yeah.
into it.
Okay.
It was an actual man too, Serapis Christus, who was one of the, I think, part of the brigade of people of Ptolemy, the Ptolemy Empire, I believe. But we'll get into that. Maybe we'll bring out some stuff on that. But anyway, that's not real, okay? And then of course Jesus Christ is a Greek term. All right. So who pushed that? The so-called white man. So if it ain't him, who is it then, man? It's a rhetorical question, man. You know the goddamn answer. You know, stop playing around. You damn you devil white people, man. You're nothing but a fucking racist devils. Starting with your international bankers who don't even give a damn about you regular Edomites out there.
Yeah,
that was it for that, right?
Yeah, and we always get into it. If it wasn't Esau Edom, why is Jesus so-called white? You know what I'm saying? Why he can't be a Chinese man? Why he can't be an Arab man?
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah, why you gotta be that color? You know?
Yeah.
Why? Because it's called manifest destiny, and they want that power. They don't want to put that stupid word white in society as to identify with people, man. No other nation on planet Earth has ever done that.
Yeah. Nobody. Yeah.
Nobody identifies as white. You white, you black.
White, black. Yeah.
So it looked like Michael Jackson was white, right?
Yeah. And real quick, Elder Malcolm always goes into that word white and black just came out like a couple
1600s.
like the 1600s, man.
Yeah, when they colonized America.
Yeah.
They did it on purpose. Excuse me, that was conspired.
That was conspired.
The white and black was conspired. They did that on purpose, man.
Right.
The only nation in the Bible that had a description about his skin color was named after his skin color was Esau.
Mm-hmm.
It was Edom. That was the only nation out of the table of nations that was called a name based on their complexion.
That's
you know?
right. Because they didn't have no goddamn color.
That's right.
You know, that's the whole irony of this, man. You know, or the oxymoron of this.
Hey, in the scriptures, it goes by omen nomens, man.
Yeah.
The brother was going into Edom, basically meaning red.
Mm-hmm.
And then even the scriptures, it talks about how the prophets in Acts 13 chapter, how they were known as what? Niger.
Yeah.
Right? You got the Jake that ruled Rome at one point, Licinius Niger, man. You
Mhm.
know?
Yeah.
So
Acts
they,
13.
yeah. But they cover that. They make it seem like, I remember the video Apostle Tahar put up about the chick. She had got her DNA test, and that said that she was from Europe, man. She got sad as if Jake didn't rule Europe.
Yeah,
You know?
yeah. That's what that video was about. I didn't click it. I didn't even want to
Yeah,
fuck with
yeah,
this bitch.
yeah.
But I knew it was something. Yeah, that's what it was? Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, people ain't even fucking dumb. Anyway, alright.
So she thinks she's an Edomite.
Yeah, she's stupid.
Oh boy.
Okay, so we were doing that, so you guys got it back.
Yeah,
now.
so back to Psalms 10 and 3. For the wicked boasteth of his heart's desire, and blesseth the covetous, whom Yahweh Bashem Yahushua abhorreth. The wicked through the pride.
And that's
Yep.
each other. He said he blesses the covetousness.
Mm-hmm.
People that covet, that's what they Esau
Steal.
blessing each other, man.
Thou
You
shalt
know?
not covet. That's a
Because the
good
number one covetous nation of people
Yeah.
are you Edomites, man.
Come.
You know.
Yeah.
And it said who the Lord abhorreth.
Mm-hmm.
You know. Go ahead.
It says, the wicked through the pride of his countenance will not seek after the Most High. The Most High is not in all his thoughts.
Yeah.
It says, his ways are always grievous. Thy judgments are far above out of his sight. As for all his enemies, he puffeth at them.
Mm-hmm.
This
Yeah.
is what's going on right now with Trump.
Yeah, with Trump, yeah. Stop was more proud than his fellows or something like that.
Yeah,
His
this,
look were more stout than his fellows.
Yep. It's 6th verse. It says, he has said in his heart, I shall not be moved, for I shall never be in adversity.
Yeah, that's what they say. Though.
For real.
Is it not? I was gonna say that. Is that not true? Have you never heard? Don't tell me you never heard a politician ever say that. You had McCain who just fucking hit the bucket. The Barack Obama shot a fucking detestable cancer animal he was, like a fucking pale gremlin. You know. But anyway, red gremlin. But he said, "Look, we're gonna be in Afghanistan for the next 100 years." I remember that, man. And look it up. This is the arrogancy of Esau, man. He was saying America is going to be in Afghanistan for the next 100 years. Okay? Oh, well, I got some. Psalms 49:11.
Yeah.
You know? Who talks like that, man? Yeah, you got specials on YouTube talk about, the year 10,000 years from now, what this world will look like.
Yeah.
Or the world for 1,000 years from now, or you know,
Yeah.
44 AD,
Yeah.
and they think they have an idea, what they have actually calculated that, or a theory of what they think is going to be.
Yeah, like 2030, like 2020.
Yeah, 20, you know, yeah.
Whenever
you know?
we can, you know, fucking do that.
I'm sorry, 49:11. Sorry,
Get some
Yeah.
fire.
let me get this one. Sorry, brother.
I got some.
Yeah, you go ahead.
Real
Go
quick,
ahead.
you get that? This Wisdom of Solomon. The Spirit had me read the, my Bible gives you like what is it? The synopsis of the chapter. So it says Wisdom of Solomon, chapter 2.
Yeah,
That was the spirit. I got that out.
Yeah.
Oh, word?
Yeah,
That's
I
the
got
Spirit.
this one. I got it.
It says the wicked thinketh this life short, and of no other after this. Therefore, they will take their pleasure in this in their life, and conspire against the just.
Ooh. See, I didn't know it had that word in there.
Yeah.
Oh wow.
That was in
That was
the synopsis.
yeah.
Like the little synopsis.
Yeah. So
It
he
says-
That again.
Yeah,
Nah.
did that again, yeah.
It says the wicked think this life short, and of no other after this. Therefore, they will take their pleasure in this, meaning this life, and conspire against the just.
Oh, that's the same. That's basically what it said.
Right.
They should persecute the poor and so on.
Yeah,
Same
because
thing.
Esau's a damn dirty beast, man. He believes this is one life and he just dies.
Right.
Was it YOLO or something? You only live once,
Yeah, you only live once.
right? And that's it. So they just doing all what they can because they think they only live once. So we just gotta do what we gotta do.
Yeah, because
You
they
know?
said there's no in Wisdom Sign 2 it says there's no remedy for the grave.
Yeah,
That's
yeah.
why they're trying to. That's why when the scripture says Revelation 12:12 that for the devil know he has a short time. Well, he's trying to work on being immortal, man.
Yeah, well,
Being a
yeah,
God.
that's right. That's
Yeah.
right.
But,
I got some quick.
okay, yeah, that's
You can break it down. Psalm chapter 49 and 11, it says, their inward thought is that their houses shall continue forever.
Yeah, and that's specifically going to the enterprise, the New World Order. They think that they're gonna rule the earth forever, man.
Yeah.
That's why we just read the scriptures. The Most High is not even in their mind, man. All right, these people really think that they're gonna be here for another 40 or 50 years.
Yeah, even longer than that, brother.
Even longer than that.
Yeah, I mean,
They don't know that they're going straight into captivity, man. Go ahead, brother.
Yeah, it says their inward thought is that their houses shall continue forever.
Which means they're conglomerate. Okay, they're enterprise. All right, they're New World Order. It's gonna last forever, man.
Mhm. And their dwelling places, to all generations. They call their lands after their own names.
They called their lands after their own names. And and this is why they're banning the Bible in California. They're gonna do it all around the world because it's exposing them. It's when you read the scriptures, you can tell that there's one nation of people that's talking about, and it's talking about you so-called white people, you Edomites, man. And what the Bible does, the Bible exposes the Illuminati, man.
Yeah.
The Bible tells you who the Illuminati, who the bankers, who the people that's running everything, who they are biblically. They're Edom.
The wicked, man. You know? Come on. All right, that was it. You got it, brother.
Okay, so it says, he saith, 6th verse, this is Psalms 10 and 6. He saith, he hath said in his heart, I shall not be moved, for I shall never be in adversity. His mouth is full of cursing and deceit and fraud. You see? That's what these devils do, man. Their mouth is full of cursing and deceit, man.
Hey, well, this brother always bring it out. El Nas, he always bringing out that what? There's a law in the American government that they're allowed to lie to the people.
That's a
They're allowed to.
That's a conspiracy.
They conspired to make that law to make it legal in their penal code to lie to the citizens of America, for the case of the national security.
For a safety type
For
shit.
safety.
Fucking,
To protect you, basically. That's what they do now. How's that gonna make sense?
that doesn't make fucking sense,
Come on.
man.
You got that
Slack you.
that
That
documentary. I know the elder I brought it up earlier called "From Freedom to Fascism." Now he kept going around asking people, or he kept asking like the IRS and stuff, why do we have to pay taxes? Why do we have to pay taxes? And I didn't see the whole thing, but basically he was going around and nobody would give him an answer, man.
Yeah.
You know, so that's like the elder was going into, man. They feel like it's a law, man. That you gotta this is a lie. You gotta accept it. You know what I'm saying? And that's why they want to off us, man.
Well, like the scriptures just read, they've been deceived.
Right.
Because Apostle Rakal always brings out doing your taxes. That's not even against a part of the Constitution.
Right.
That was conspired for that law to be in there. So you're not supposed to be there. You're not supposed to be You're not supposed to be getting taxed the way you are. According to the scriptures, you're supposed to get paid every day for your work.
Before the sun goes down.
Hey, Tawada, before the sun goes down, man. So not only do we have a righteous work, we stopped working before the sun went down. You see that, man? Man, this is it's wicked, man. Even in the holy laws, man, we were not to work after the sun went down. Why? Because there were certain days we had Sabbaths, we had blue moons, okay? And we're one with nature, man. What the hell? That's why you have people struggling to do an overnight shift.
Yeah.
Work starting at 11 at night and get on at 7 in the morning, and still gotta go out in the day. The sun, when they didn't get no sleep or try to sleep when the sun's out. Fucking the whole body clock. They've been there for years to try to survive and pay bills. They feed their families, and then you go out and vote for this to keep going on. And you say you love America, man? What's there to fucking love? You ain't but a slave. See, that's why the laws are righteous. That's why the Lord's gonna come back and do away with all this, man.
Mm-hmm.
This is oppression, and you fucking niggas out there, man.
Mm-hmm.
You fucking sellouts. Whether you know you're Israel or you're not, you're fucking gonna be destroyed, man.
Yeah.
IUIC, you fucking pumping about date night. Your fucking date nights, man.
That's crazy, man.
You fucking have family specials, you know?
So they comfortable.
You're supposed to be bringing out prophecy, man. Bringing out this. This is wicked, man.
Right.
Anyway.
It says, his mouth is full of cursing and deceit and fraud. And that's you devils are all about, man. Fraud, man. You're fraudulent, man. All right? You're constantly putting pressure on people. And your whole character is fraud, man. You're not the real people of the Lord. You're not the fucking Egyptians. All right? You're not even the real Greeks, man.
Yeah.
You're Edom, man.
The devil.
Okay? And real quick before I say, even your currency is fraud, man.
Yeah.
Because when I went to the word monopoly, it means fake, basically fake money, man. All right?
Well, yeah, you're right, brother. Because look, remember they create money out of thin air.
That's
But not
what
money.
He was just, you see?
Just backing you up.
Yeah, it's not even it's not backed by anything, man.
Yeah.
This whole thing was the whole system was made off of fraud, man.
Conspired.
Which
Goes back to the word.
goes back to the word conspire. It says under his tongue is mischief and vanity.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, all the stuff he says is empty, man. It's nothing but mischief. All the stuff we're naming is just pure, man, the rule of the world, the FRN notes, what the way he put it in the Constitution. 9/11, Pearl Harbor, Gulf War, assassinations. We go down the list of all the mischief Esau done. Scripture says his sins will reach onto the clouds. Putting Esau, the so-called blacks, into slavery. Lying about the name of the Lord. All right? Giving us our non-biblical names and lying to us, saying we're a bunch of Africans swinging trees in Africa. And the list goes on, man.
Evolution.
Oh, thank you for water. Preaching evolution. Trying to do away with the Bible. You know?
Making putting images of the Most High Adam naked. They're gonna get fucking obliterated, man.
As Edomites.
The Lord is gonna obliterate you Edomites, man.
Angels as butt naked babies.
Yeah, but they can be it.
Man, ooh, you got a big bill to pay, Esau. You know?
8th verse, it says, he sitteth in the lurking places of the villages.
Yeah, like a little demon, man. You know how the cops be hiding behind the bush, waiting for you to give you a ticket?
Got him, yeah.
That's Esau, man. Like, like a little fucking demon, man.
Demon.
That's what he does. That's basically what they're doing in society. They're just sitting in the secret places, ready to take you down, man. That's what's going on in America, man. That's why America's going down the drain.
Yeah.
What do you think Trump is there for? He's doing the complete opposite what he's fooled you dummies to believe that he's gonna do. Make a great. No, man. Trump was made to make America what's opposite of great?
Desolation.
Desolate, man. He's put there to bring the company down. All right, fired. Like his old show, you're fired. He's there to fire America, man. And it's been liquidated.
Take him out of
He's fucking up everything, man. The whole world economy by putting these sanctions and regulations. You know, just he's purposely. I saw a guy on him on an insider saying he's purposely saying stuff on purpose to make people uproar. He says stuff on purpose to make people mad.
Yeah.
He's a smoke and mirrors, man. So if he says some outlandish shit, you think that? Remember, play with the pussy thing. Remember?
Yeah,
He said you play with the pussy.
You just grab her by the pussy.
That was done on purpose, man. That was told. He was told to put that out there. He was told to make that news, and just you know.
It's funny you said that because I remember it was something like, I think it was like NBC or something, where they were saying that they want to bring the chip out by 2017. And here it is, what, Trump came into office 2016?
20 yeah.
Yeah, man, so.
And it was already in the Obama plan already.
Right.
You know, so that chip's coming, man. And again, they conspired the chip many years ago. Okay, this whole New World Order was really started in 1777, right? 1776, and you can tell by the dollar. It says it right here. All right, in the Roman numerals, and on the pyramid on the bottom, that's the establishment of the New World Order. And they conspired at this throughout time because all you people in America are nothing but lab rats and data. All right, and they came to the point like, look, we're gonna bring this beast, man. So the RFID technology probably, you know, they came with that maybe 100 years ago, or even less. Maybe around when technology advanced, they had in their mind to put the chip in you people, man. You know, which is conspired. And they're gonna, how are they gonna bring it to you? They're gonna deceive you. They're gonna be like, oh, it's good for your medical records. It's good to open doors. It's good to whatever, man. But at the end of the day, they can turn off your chip and kill you, man. And people don't realize everything Esau will do. I'm getting right back. Everything Esau will do, it's either what do you call that? Like damn. Every time I want to say something, I forget it. But it's when something's taken back and like something's shipped out, but it's defective, so the company takes it back.
Recall?
Yeah, a recall. The water, yeah, like a recall. You don't think a recall is gonna happen with these chips? There's always gonna be some kind of problem, man. Not a recall, they're not gonna take it back, but there's gonna be some kind of problem. There's gonna be infections in your body. It's not gonna go with the chemistry of your body.
Of course, yeah.
You know, there's gonna be problems with this, man. And of course, like one of the videos I posted, there's gonna be people hacking into your chip. Hackers exist. They're gonna hack into your system. You know, then you're gonna have to buy an extra something for your RFID chip to protect it.
Yeah,
You're gonna have to get security for your RFID chip. You know, then it's gonna be probably different grades of RFID chip. No, this is grade 1. This is grade 2. No, this is grade 5. So you know, it's all fucking monopoly headache business, man.
You got precept for you real quick?
Yeah.
This is 2 Corinthians 2:11. Lest Satan should get an advantage of us, for we are not ignorant of his devices.
Yeah, that's how he's gonna get advantage of you, but not the elect. The elect are not ignorant to Satan's devices, man. The elect know about the mark of the beast. Adam Abbott. What kind of name is Adam Abbott anyway, man? Anyway, you know, the elect know about the mark of the beast, man. Right? We're not fooled by Satan's devices. By the spirit of Yahweh Shemai Shai. Yahweh Shemai Shai has woken us up to this, man. You know, another thing we'll harp on is we pray that we still are here. But that's what the hopeful elect are praying for. That the Lord does not take the spirit in us and he keeps us in this way to understand what the hell's going on. Because this is over, man. You know, because all the other camps, GOCC, brother Yazaran showed me a picture. They saying that the Chopper Naphtali is Japhet or something like that.
Yeah, they're gone.
I mean, they're totally
They
fucking gone.
teach about mermaids, man. I mean, come on. They those guys are.
They teach the Filipinos are part of the tribe too.
Yeah,
They're gone.
Those guys are bug outs. Anyway.
8 verse, this is the kicker right here. It says, Psalms 10:8. He sitteth in the lurking places of the villages. In the secret place doth he murder the innocent. His eyes are privily set against the poor.
Yeah, you know what? I gotta look at this. I think about Panama Deception.
Oh man.
You know, I gotta watch that. I've been watching the news, but those are poor people, and the way that America sees Panama by way of number one by Bush. Bush was a part of that. By Noriega and
Reagan, I think. Reagan.
Was it Reagan?
Yeah.
Okay, Reagan, Noriega, Pablo Escobar.
Yeah.
All those drug lords, so-called drug lords, were set up by America. Eventually, the elites, to make money to fight the Contra wars against Russia, man. You know, for more globalism. You know, but they use these guys and turn it back on them anyway. Noriega and Escobar was just another Saddam Hussein, just another puppet, man. I think actually one of those guys were a general of the Spanish, one of those Latin armies. Either Noriega or I think it was Noriega. He was actually a general. You know. But anyway, the Panama Deception goes into there were poor people in America to just destroy them out there, man. To seize that that part of the land. You know, they want to control over there. I think the what's that? The
canal.
The canal, the Gulf over there, the canal. More control of it. You know, and many other examples.
It says he
That's
lied.
another conspiracy.
Right?
That's another conspiracy.
Come on.
This is Psalms 10:9. It says, he lieth in wait secretly as a lion in his den. He lieth in wait to catch the poor. He doth catch the poor when he draweth him into his net. Okay, and one of the ways he's going to draw you people into the net is by the way of this device called the RFID chip.
Well, hey,
okay.
The net represents the system too.
Yeah.
Because remember the net, if you look at your dollar, all right, there's actual webs.
Webs.
You know, I'm not going to show you. I mean, you just look at your dollar, you have it. I mean, times are so tough now, you might not even have a dollar. But anyway, you look at your dollar, there's webs in the back. That represents the system, you being trapped. And how you trapped? By usury, by debt.
By debt.
You're trapped in the system by debt, man.
Right. That's why Jake always say, I don't want to work this. You know, I don't want to work my day off, but I'm trying to catch up on bills. You're
Yeah.
always trying to catch up on
Yeah,
bills.
they're never gonna stop, man.
Right.
I think the definition of system is trap.
Trap, right? Trap, yeah.
Go ahead.
Come.
It says, 10th verse, he croucheth and humble himself. See?
Yeah. Like his like it says in Revelation we went through last week, he spoke as a lamb.
Mm-hmm.
Meaning he spoke in godly, you know, he's like God bless America, or this government's for the people. You people make the choices. You people elect us. And if you elect me, I'm gonna make sure I cut your taxes. I'm gonna make sure we fight against the banks. I'm gonna make sure you get your jobs back. Don't you hear that shit every fucking 4 years? And what happens, man? Again, the brother from the New Jersey camp, I forget which one. The farmer brother, Shalaman brought out a fact. I forgot about it, man. He hit me heavy. He was like, yeah, since slavery, the so-called blacks own 1% of America's wealth. Now, current today, 2018, is only so-called blacks only own 2% of America's wealth. So how the hell has voting changed, or you being part of society helped your place in America, man? Now, if you would own 98% of America's wealth, then we look like dummies, okay? If so-called blacks were ruling America and we talk about, you know, this and that, then we look like idiots, all right? But we don't, man, because the Spirit of the Lord is bringing us out, and it was always written in the scriptures, man, since the beginning. And we at the end of this. So, again, that last part.
It says, he lieth in wait secretly as a lion in his den. He lieth in wait to catch the poor. He doth catch the poor when he draweth him into his net. He croucheth and humbleth himself, that the poor may fall by his strong ones.
Come on, and he says something about speaking, right? Speaking in a certain way.
Let's see.
Speaking from.
He speaks humbly or something.
Oh, yeah. He croucheth and humbleth himself, that the poor may fall by his strong ones. That's the one you're talking about?
Is that speaking?
Yeah, you said that's why I brought it up. There's
What?
a verse in there.
No,
Anyway,
it's-
all right.
it's- yeah.
All right, but you know, he spoke as a certain way, okay? That it tripped up the people, saying that you have power when you don't. All right, what verse was that? Psalms what?
Psalms 10.
The video was going into that, how it's a whole like democracy is real, like your vote counts. Democracy is a supposed system where the people can vote for certain things that they want, but that's only it's a smokescreen, you know. Your voting doesn't matter, okay. What proves that the presidential election, they have something called a popular vote and a collegiate vote. Right, and each state has like 10 to 12 people that put their vote in. So let's say that the overall vote, let's say is 60,000, right? But if let's say a vote in the state is like 10,000, but the collegiate vote, the collegiate vote for the opposite party, they're gonna go with the opposite party, not the people that voted for 60,000. You know.
Right,
You know?
because they always go like, what was that, what do you call those votes?
It's a collegiate vote.
Yeah, collegiate vote.
I'm
yeah.
sorry, yeah, it's a
The-
collegiate vote. The collegiate vote
But the one that really counts
is the
is
collegiate
the
vote.
collegiate vote. But the
Oh, that's the-
electoral is
okay.
what everybody
Right.
always wins, but the collegiate vote is really counts.
Right, it's like the popular vote and the collegiate vote. Like a state, let's say a state elects 60,000 people vote for Hillary Clinton, right? But the collegiate vote, they vote for Trump. The collegiate vote outweighs the people that voted for Clinton.
So it's a stupid system.
It's a system. Yep.
Again, so back to 10 real quick.
That was the point was a humbleth. I'm sorry.
Okay, that was the point right
Yeah,
there.
that was a humbleth.
All right, so
Because he humbled himself by his
Yeah, that was
by
a-
his false philosophy of freedom, saying that you have the power when you don't. They tricked you. They deceived you. That was it.
okay. You had something?
And we'll finish off soon.
Okay, yeah, I had something real quick. Well, I think it's before.
Yeah, something good?
Oh, I was going. Was that the one you talking about?
Which one?
Well, you read it.
Okay, this is Ecclesiastes. This is Ecclesiastes
Oh yeah. We don't got
12 and 14. For the Most High shall bring every work into judgment, with every secret thing.
That's right. Yeah, that's the one I wanted earlier. You read that again.
Come. This is Ecclesiastes 12 and 14. For the Most
that's
High
it, yeah.
shall bring every work into judgment.
That's right. Yeah, every work, whether it be,
See?
and that's what I actually Revelation it tell. Well, I'll get it in a sec. The reward, the Lord's going to bring reward for the good and for the bad. So every work, your works for good. Who are the works for good? The elect. They're the ones doing the right works, the righteous works. So the Lord's going to have a reward for us, which is salvation and a crown. All right. But for the reward for the wicked is going to be destruction. The 2/3 of the nation of Israel, they're going to be baptized by fire. They're going to be destroyed in this world and be blessed enough to be born back in the kingdom because it's prophecy. But you're going to die here a horrible death, man. All right? And then especially this so-called white man, all right? The Lord's exposing you. Okay, so again, Salah.
Come, this is Ecclesiastes 12 and 14. For the Most High shall bring every work into judgment.
And Esau's work has been nothing but evil. Number one, defacing the name, defacing the image of the Most High and His Son, convincing the whole world of their false name, depicting the Most High Himself, the Creator of the universe, as having leprosy. His Son having leprosy.
Yep.
Those are evil works. Putting His hands on the apple of the Lord's eye, which is the nation of Israel. That's evil works. Putting slander against thy brothers, thy own mother's son, which is an Esau against the nation of Jacob or Israel, lying about who we are, our nationality, saying that you know how many billions of dollars they spent to convince the whole world that they're the Jewish people, which Jewish is nothing but that's what the hell is that, man? Okay, so those are evil works that's going to come into play. The Lord's going to judge you upon that, man.
It says,
Destroying the world.
Yep.
You know.
oh, the scripture says He can destroy them that destroy the
Yeah.
the world.
Revelation.
Yeah, one of my favorite ones.
Was it Revelation 18? Right?
He that destroyed the earth, or something like that.
It says, this is Ecclesiastes 12 and 14. For the Most High shall bring every work into judgment with every secret thing.
Yeah, you're gonna be judged, man, by way of nuclear fire and missiles. But it says by every secret thing.
Mhm.
So your conspiracy that we started the show with, which we went through, is done in secret. A conspiracy is not conspiracy; it's done in the open,
Right.
and you plotting. You know, no, a conspiracy is something done in secret behind closed doors. Nobody knows about it. You think Julius Caesar knew he was gonna get something wrong with the
What?
froze or something?
Oh, really?
Stupid thing.
She froze?
These are stupid batteries, man. Oh boy.
Sorry. It was your internet.
How long was that going on for?
Well, still see comments on it.
I think
It's frozen now.
He said it's frozen.
Look, I just clicked it.
Satan.
Alright, do it over again. It's frozen still?
Yeah.
Hold on,
Yeah, you can hear it.
You can hear us, but you can't see us.
Oh, bro.
You can hear us?
Yeah.
Oh man, see.
Fucking Satan, man.
Yeah,
Let me
it's just fucking elites, man. They're fucking tight.
I can't even